Hello everyone, I am Spoons Rattling, and I am currently inside of a heavy bolter, and welcome to yet another video on painting Marines. This time it's the Sons of Dorn, the praetorian of Terra, clad in yellow. These staunch defenders of the Imperial Palace are renowned for their prideful defense and fortifications, and a particular penchant for using masses and masses of every kind of bolter. And I thought none would be more fitting to give a heavy bolter to than the Imperial Fists. To follow this painting guide, you'll need the following paints: Imperial Fist, Black Legion, Lead Belcher, Magmadroth Flame, Screamer Pink, and Agrax Earthshade. Of course, if you have any preferred paints, you could swap them out, just make sure the color is similar. Say another normal black paint instead of Black Legion. Anyways, let's get into the video. The first step is over a white base coat, apply Imperial Fist. This contrast paint is actually amazing, as it makes painting yellow insanely easy over almost any color so long as it's bright. As you can see here, it's going on in one coat. It looks smooth and very nice. And while I did slightly overwash it earlier, it's relatively easy to fix as it paints very well over bone colors. Now after this step, I applied the black to the bolter and any other metallic bits. I forgot to do it here, but I'd recommend also painting his belt this color, and of course the joints between his power armor. Now, Black Legion takes a bit of getting used to, but like most black paints, one or two coats should cover up just about anything. And keep a dry brush on hand to fix any mistakes like I made on his hand here. I, of course, also put the black on their shoulder rims, as that's part of their color scheme. Some do red, but I did black. Next up, I applied a bit of white into both of the eye lenses. This is to help with the shine effect, though, if you wanted to leave this step out, you in theory could. The next step we're going to do is going to be starting to apply any bone colors. Now, I'd actually save this till after you've washed it for certain areas, as it's helpful for corrections, but it doesn't matter too much. Apply a few thin coats over it, and then you should be fine. I did this on the purity seal that was on his leg. I, of course, used Ushabti bone, thinned down quite well. Make sure to shake this paint well and also thin it down quite well to make sure that it has a very nice consistency, and it'll apply smooth like a dream. I also applied a bit under his arm there to fix up the yellow. Next, I used Magmadroth Flame, one of my favorite contrast paints, to make the eyes an orangish red. Now, I did sort of overload the eyes, but it wouldn't be painting Space Marines without hitting one eye and then messing up the other. So after a short bit of repair using Ushabti bone and an Imperial Fist again, I came back around and worked on fixing up those eyes so they weren't quite as buggy as they were before. You can actually see here a bit of the traces of those repairs. The next step is to use Screamer Pink, one of my favorite colors. You're going to want to use this on the chest eagle, on his purity seals, and if it's a character, they tend to have it on their shoulder trims while the normal Marines tend to have black. Any decorative details can be done up in this color. It's one of my favorites, and it's a personal favorite part of their color scheme for me. I love certain things being more off-colored, so opposed to the normal silver or gold for an Aquila, Screamer Pink really speaks to me personally. This paint takes about 2 thin coats over the white, and you can see I'm really taking my time to make sure I get every part of the chest eagle from above and from any angle that it's visible and paintable from. Again, just 2 thin coats. Screamer Pink's a great color to work with. It's not too hard to thin, and it applies very well over most colors. The next step from here is to use our Lead Belcher to apply any metallic paints. This is going to be on the ammo feed for the heavy bolter, the vents on the heavy bolter, the mechanical bits such as the barrel and shell ejection area, as well as any other bits you want to be mechanical, whether that be a holstered pistol, belt buckle, or something along those lines. Really, the choice is up to you how much of this you use. The next step, I used Agrax Earthshade, which I should have thinned more, so warning, thin this a little more next if you plan to use it as well, to help seek out the recesses, as Imperial Fist doesn't really have much of the contrast effect, even over things like Slapchop. Regardless, just use this as you would any wash, trying to set it to the recesses and not using too much of it. I watered down my brush here to sort of clean it up so it wouldn't be quite as murky. But I still messed up in a couple places, so I went back with Ushabti bone and then reapplied yellow, mainly on the helmets, though I think I should have also done it on his shoulder pads. That's the majority of this. Here you can actually see me starting to do those repairs. But this was actually a mistake, as I used Vallejo Flat Yellow, which is one of the single worst paints I've ever used. I usually love Vallejo, but I hate that paint. Anyways, that's about wraps up this video. Here's the Imperial Fist, though you can see I did forget to paint his belt. I just paint it black or brown if you prefer, and then base it up in your choice. I'm basing all of these guys with a plain black base just to keep the army uniform. Anyways, I've been Spoons Rattling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.